If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle, putting the wow in transmogs.
Baby blue, gray, and white really works for priests, not so much shadow priest though. Slaughterhouse, boulders, high maul, the butcher, 15% on the drop rate for the shoulders. Moving on to the chest behind a tabard, which we'll get to more on that tabard in a bit. Buccaneer's vest, the stockades, various mobs, or you could buy it on the auction house. Kind of a fair drop rate if you do feel like searching for it out there in World of Warcraft. Azeroth is the place. The belt, antiquated highborn cinch, the Night Hold, mythic version, keep that in mind, 18% on the drop rate for the belt. Moving on to the legs, which are kind of underappreciated because you don't usually see these legs. Master War Mage's leggings, the Night Hold mythic Spellblade, Alorial, 16% on the drop rate for those legs. Now these boots are definitely worth getting for a lot of different presets. The Soul Binder or Soul Strider boots, Serpent Shrine Cavern, Fathom Lord, we'll call him Dr. K. The hands, Primal Aspirants, Satin Gloves, WAD PvP vendor. Check your local Wowhead for lookalikes if you hoard. Shoal of Blind Absolution, Tomb of Sargeras Heroic, the Desolate Host drops that piece. The tabard, here's the deal with the tabard. You have to take out the Lich King with somebody with Shadowmourne, and then you get a quest and a bunch of goodies, and part of that quest is that tabard. The head, Hood of Blind Absolution, Tomb of Sargeras Heroic, and the weapon, we're going to spin you to Cata and Dragon Soul LFR. Drops from Elementium Fragments. This works for Disc, this works for Holy, even Shadow. So Shoulders of Ruinous Senility. Icecrown Citadel, normal, 10-man, Professor Putricide, 15% on the drop rate for the shoulders. Definitely worth getting. Lots of different priest sets can be put together with those shoulders and even the gloves from that same tier set. Raincaller Robes, Razorfriend Crawl, probably buy it on the auction house. Best way to go there. The belt is super easy to get. It's the Prideful Gladiator's Court of Accuracy. If you hoard, you got to go Grievous from your local MOP PvP vendor, 1 Mark of Honor to get the belt. Moving on, we're going to show you the headpiece, Ruthless Gladiator's Mooncloth Helm, Cata PvP vendor, 3 Marks of Honor to get that helm from Cataclysm. Moving on to the next piece, which I do believe is going to be modeled by a Void Elf, Indicator Soft Soul Slippers, Blood Missile, I Shoot Magic into Darkness is a quest reward. See, this looks a lot better on the ladies than it does on the dudes, and sometimes we run across that. Sisters Hand Shrouds, Icecrown Citadel, normal 10-man, Lady Death Whisper, part of the same tier set as the shoulder, so that's definitely a set worth picking up. Lots of different mixes and matches you can do with that. Dark Leather Cloak, very simple, easy, vanilla level, leatherworking, check your local leatherworker. And the offhand, Ruthless Gladiator's Endgame, Cata PvP vendor, 2 Marks of Honor to get the offhand. And last piece is the weapon, which is Icecrown Citadel Heroic 25-man, the Lich King. Here's a very classic priest look. The reason I say that is this is just a part of the set. The robe is one of the first robes I got in PvP from my priest, so I like it a lot. But the shoulders you're going to have to get from the Isle of Qualdanas. I think you could also farm it out of Sunwell Plateau. Furious Gladiator's Mooncloth Robe, WAD PvP vendor would be incorrect. It's Wrath of the Lich King. 3 Marks of Honor. I see, I definitely know that. That's just a slip of the tongue. Ruthless Gladiator's Court of Accuracy, Cata PvP vendor. So we got a little bit of BC, a little bit of Wrath, and a little bit of Cata going here. Moving on to the back, which is the Gilded Seraph Drape, which looks epic with this set. The Burning Throne Heroic, keep that in mind, Heroic mode. Moving on to a Blood Elf dude, and we're showing the feet, Mistgate boots, Eastern Plaguelands, various mobs, or you can buy it on the auction house. Definitely works, kind of a dull brown, goldish look on the boots. Look at that cape, looks epic with this set. Sunfire hand wraps, BC level tailoring, check your local tailor to get those gloves. Moving on, and we're going to say goodbye to the Blood Elf and say hello to the Draenei Lady. The headpiece, Helm of Arcane Purity, Isle of Qualdanas, from the vendor, or you can obviously get it out of Sunwell Plateau as well, so that's not a difficult piece to get. Next up, Last piece, I believe, the weapon, Bite of the Bleeding Hollow, Hellfire Citadel, Mythic, Killrod, Deadeye is the boss. Very similar theme as to the previous set, but completely different pieces. So let's see how this is put together. Soul Priest, Shoulder Guards, Blackrock Foundry, Operative Thogar, 13% on the drop rate for the shoulders. The chest is straight out of Siege of Orgrimmar, Thok the Bloodthirsty, 24% on the drop rate to pick up the robe. Moving on to the belt, which is going to spin us forward to a place called Legion, Antiquated Highborn Cinch, the Nighthold, Scorpiron, okay, 16% on the drop rate for the boss who starts with an S. We'll call him Mr. S. The back, Parrot Feather, Cloak, Freehold, Sky Captain Crag, 11% on the drop rate. Yes, English is a challenge for me today. The Lady Nightborn showing the Laughing Skull boots, Tarokar Forest, various mobs, check your local auction house. That's what I was going to say. The one with the Blood Mist Isle drop from, I think that's the previous set. Anyway, you could go with the Laughing Skull boots. That's easier to get for Horde. The hands, Uldir Mythic, Vectis is the boss there. The head, Hexweave Cowl, wide level tailoring. You buy it on the auction house or find a local tailor who'll be happy to make you the headpiece. And we're going to show you the weapon. Inferno Staff, Blackrock Foundry, Heroic, Gruul is the boss. Pretty decent drop rate at 20%. I usually don't do an entire set like this, but I just had to make a couple of changes here, and it's just a really good look, and it's worth showing off here. So the headpiece, the shoulders, the gloves, the belt, the legs, the boot, much of this set, with the exception of the chest, Ghost Weave vest, vanilla level tailoring, very easy to get. Most of this set is straight from the Eternal Palace Heroic. Various bosses drop those pieces. The chest, of course, is crafted from vanilla, and the staff is also not from the Eternal Palace Heroic, but it is from Uldir. So we'll get to that in a minute. But like I said, the head, the shoulders, the belt, the gloves, the legs, the boots, all of it from the Eternal Palace Heroic. Now we're going to go and show you the hands. We've already been here. We've already discussed this, so we're not going to repeat it for the 42nd time. But the back is straight out of Drusvar, various mobs, or you could buy it on the auction house. So that works. Now looking epic on an undead here. Incubator's Bell Cap, the Eternal Palace Heroic, or Gozoa is the boss. And the tabard is what really ties everything great together. Angler's Tabard, Crassering Wilds, Angler's Quartermaster Golden Exalted to get that. And the weapon is Uldir Fetid Devourer, drops it. So it's a decent drop rate for the staff. Another reason why, well, the method of my madness for showing almost an entire tier set as the previous set is you can mix and match pieces from that set with this set and basically really be creative. The chest is the robes of Pinioned Eyes, whatever those are. Terrace of the Endless Spring Heroic, Shot of Fear, 8% on the drop rate. Moving on to the belt, which is the Girdle of the Infected Mind, which is Highmaul is the place. Bracken Spore is the boss, 14% on the drop rate for the belt. This looks really cool on a Worgen, by the way, I do think. The feet, Netherweave boots, BC level tailoring. Can't really see them on the Worgen, but if you're patient, you could see it on a different tune, which we should have right here. But of course, you can't see it on a Zandalari Lady either. Arcano Shattered Gloves, Blackrock Foundry, Admiral Garen is the boss, 14% on the drop rate. Look at that cape. Looks really cool with this set. So like I said, you could get creative with this set and the previous set and do some mixes and matches and come up with some really, really good looks. Cloak of Entropy, which is Hellfire Ramparts, various mobs, or buy it on the auction house. Looking pretty epic on an undead dude here. Moonpriest Visor, Darkshore, that's Alliance only though. Various mobs, that's why you don't see it on the undead. He doesn't necessarily need a headpiece. He's looking cool the way he is. Pillar of the Drowned Cabal. Crucible of Storms Mythic is the weapon. Thanks everybody for tuning in. My name is Luxeley. Leave you with this final thought. Hopefully it's not the final thought. There's other videos you can check out if you're really into xmogs. But whatever it is by you, whether it's morning or it's afternoon or it's night like it is here, make your day epic.